Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Welcome back to TVR.
This is Philip, episode number 2.
Yeah, we're doing it a little differently this time.
Yes, we have a new setup, probably much better lighting, much better quality content to y'all. We're going to start this one off with GAC Motors, which is a...
Trump-chi.
What is that? Explain.
So, GAC Motors is that Chinese automaker that's shown up at Detroit a couple times in the last few years, especially last year.
My favorite is the 2006 one that you introduced to me this morning.
Yeah, there was a Chinese automaker that brought an amphibious car to the Detroit Auto Show. It wasn't good, but basically GAC Motors also calls themselves Trump-chi, but for some reason they're starting to kind of phase that out. I don't know why. Anyway, they're supposed to enter the U.S. market in 2019, which is next year, and that's what they're saying. Maybe it'll happen. Definitely looks the most possible this time, especially considering China is already the largest producer of automobiles in America.
And basically they intend to bring in solely an SUV, is that correct?
They're planning on first bringing in the GS8, which is their, it's not
flagship SUV.
Yeah, it's pretty much their biggest SUV. And they're trying to use that and going through Fiat and Chrysler dealerships to sell their cars in America. So, according to a couple journalists, the quality seemed okay this time for the Chinese cars. It's looking kind of similar to when, Hyundai and Kia entered the North American market back in the mid-'80s. Really, really cheap cars, and then just expand the progress and the quality from there.
Which could then mean that this could be like a cheaper alternative to like...
Now you'd be looking at cheaper alternatives to Kia.
Yeah.
Even though Kia and Hyundai are right now the cheaper
alternatives to like
GM and stuff
for
like
sure. Yeah. Move over JDM. It's CDM from here on out.
Oh my god. Chinese cars.
Another Detroit Auto Show reveal was the Lexus LF1 Limitless concept. So this car, first thing you notice about it is the way that it looks. As you can tell by the pictures that are on your screen right now. This thing's almost kind of scary. Like this, I guess this is what the future is supposed to look like. And like all these futuristic concept cars, this is way out there. And they didn't hold back. It's quite the interesting car, to say the least.
Yeah, and it's weird because Lexus, as you know, the LS500 was also unveiled at the Detroit Auto Show, which I was very excited about, considering, and I think we both were considering the whole LS400 thing. I don't know if we ever really went into that in this channel.
No, we didn't, but...
LS400's like a day one
That's a great car. We've loved that
probably
thing
one of our favorite cars.
The beginning of our friendship.
Yes. But this would be... They're kind of trying to make this crossover design their new flagship, possibly in the future, which is really weird, but it kind of shows, crossovers are where the market's moving for the most part. And,
Go mom cars.
Yeah. It's not really clear whether that would actually replace or just be alongside, kind of like, how Lincoln has the Continental and the Navigator, Cadillac has the Escalade, and, I don't even know, the CT6 right now I think is their most expensive one, but the Escalade is obviously the Cadillac flagship.
What is that?
A katana is a Japanese sword.
Yes. Yeah.
Melting. That's it. That's what they're talking about. It was inspired by that.
What?
That's it.
I didn't see that. So I was just made aware that the inspiration for this car was a melting katana.
The Japanese sword that's very long
and sharp.
But melting, I guess.
I guess the color, maybe? Sure.
Yeah, I actually read, they were talking about the color, some of the people who saw it, and they said it's like this mix of copper and like rose.
It looks like a wrap.
Yeah,
like, that's
but it's like apparently really difficult. Like I think they spent the longest part of the design process on choosing the paint. Like that was the most contested. But whatever. Crossover flagships, very strange. All right, so at the North American International Auto Show, we also saw Honda, Volvo, and Lincoln take home some of the Best of the Year awards. Honda for their Accord in the Best Car of the Year. Volvo for their XC60 in the Best Utility of the Year, and Navigator for the Truck of the Year.
SUVs just recently entered that qualification to be a truck in this award segment, and they took it home this year.
Because, the Navigator can tow so much.
Yes, so. That's one of the main reasons that One, it has best-in-class towing for a luxury vehicle and just in general.
8,700 pounds.
8,700 pounds, which is kind of crazy. But that thing is a beast. That thing is huge.
Yeah, the Navigator is actually pretty good looking.
It's hefty.
It was completely re-engineered from the ground up for 2018. And it's pretty new, so we'll see that reflected, I guess, in how reviews pan out and stuff.
It looks very good. I like it. I like the design.
The new Lincoln cars, once you start moving out of GM, your only other option in America is Ford Lincoln, which used to be Ford Mercury Lincoln. Mercury doesn't exist anymore. But, those Lincoln cars, I don't know, I think they're a much more tasteful alternative to those GM cars.
And I mean, the Lincoln has features like, one of the two main features were the 30-way adjustable seats.
I can't even think of
30 positions that I need to be in. And laser-etched wood trim. So the base price of $72,000. You get what you pay for. I mean,
it's basically Lincoln's flagship.
Yep.
I mean, there's also the Continental. They brought that.
The town car, dude. I love the town car.
The Lincoln town car. The Lincoln MKZ.
Yes.
The Accord. That is a cheap family car, just slightly above the Civic, starting at $23,000, and its 2018 redesign is pretty significant improvement over the last one. It loses a lot of weird curves, and it's actually pretty clean lines all across. Much better than the Civic Type R that we destroyed in the last
geometric shapes. Hot Wheels car.
Super visive, right?
And moving on to the XC60, won Best Utility of the Year. And like any of the new Volvos, I think Volvo has a great design team. And Absolutely. They're doing incredible things. That's Swedish automaker?
Yeah. Swedish automaker.
The Swedish automaker, Volvo, is doing awesome things for the automotive world. I have continued to love every single one of their new cars that they've been dropping, and well-deserved award.
Mm-hmm. All right. And also the XC60 it's part of their Volvo's new engineering concept. Every single car in their lineup comes with the same four-cylinder, I think it's an inline-4, but depending on the needs of the vehicle, you can have that turboed and supercharged, or turboed and supercharged with a hybrid motor. So, I don't know if that's more or less complicated. It sounds like they tried to make it less complicated, but made it worse in the process, whatever.
The repairs on that thing, the turbo super electric, the supercar hero.
They're definitely not naturally aspirated.
Yeah. Get a tune. Make 1 million horsepower. Mm-hmm. Go Volvo. And lastly, on our last subject, Dallas, Texas, which is where we are both from, just recently got a new car within our tuner culture. Our RWB Porsche was just built and completed this past week. I believe it was last night. No. Two nights ago, that it was finished, and they had an auto meet, or a car meet, out in Arlington, Texas. And this thing is absolutely beautiful, like all of these RWB Porsches. And it's going to be interesting to see this car hopefully rolling around all the Dallas car meets, all of the whole car scene. This is a big kind of upgrade to the car scene, and we're going to have like the Dallas car scene as a whole is going to have like, oh yeah, we have an RWB Porsche here. Like, yeah. Pretty cool. So I thought that was a pretty cool segment to add in, and hopefully we see it riding around on the streets if you're out here in Dallas. For our last segment, we wanted to create something that's going to happen every single episode that could be something that you could kind of look forward to or like expect or be in anticipation of. So we have the Craigslist of the Week award.
The official Craigslist of the Week award.
Yeah. This week we chose a 1991 BMW M5, and this car
it's
flawless.
No mods, all the service history. It's manual, right?
Yes.
Manual, 93,000 miles. It's like pristine. It literally looks like it just came out of the factory. We'll include a link down below so you guys can check out that Craigslist stuff.
Yeah, before it gets sold in 2 seconds, because that is
it was like what, $17,000. Absurd. There are E30s and E36 M3s. They go for more than 17,000 in bad condition. And this is a basically brand new M5 that just looks flawless.
Dream car. It makes a list.
It's actually a dream car.
Yeah. Okay, well this is gonna be it for our week 2 of Fill Up. thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate the support and the sport.
The sport. Thanks for the sport.
We really appreciate the support, and we hope to keep coming at you every week with these videos because this is a lot of fun for us, and we hope it's a lot of fun for y'all. As always, if there is anything that y'all would like us to cover,
yeah, just let us know in the comments.
Yes.
Anything you want to talk about, anything you want us to talk about.
Yeah. Let us know. We're going to respond ASAP to all of your
We actually
comments.
respond to, like, everybody.
Yeah,
like,
we're real.
come on, we actually respond to everybody.
We're the realist.
Alright, so just, subscribe.
Yeah.
Leave a comment. Whatever.
Till next time.